Hi everyone, welcome back to my Stellaris Let's Play on hard difficulty with the Miseleon Independent New Territories. In the previous video, the United Them hegemony decided to actually go after the Jes-Inax hierarchy, which they've been threatening to do for a while. This empire, although they're quite hostile towards me, have been serving as a buffer state between my empire and this very, very powerful empire over here. They're more than likely the most powerful empire within the galaxy, certainly the most powerful empire that I know of. We happen to be in a defensive pact currently, but I'm really worried that if we do have borders, we're going to lose that pact with them and they could be a very big threat to us. I've been trying to go to war with the Pirac Star Dominion for quite a while now, and I think we're probably within a video or two of that happening. I'm getting some key techs. This gene tailoring tech is very important. There's a tech I also want to get that, well, it's this tech here. I've mentioned it many times, regenerative hull tissue. So I'm going to be going for that next, and then probably starting the war after I've got that, almost definitely in fact. This tech, I'm actually going to change it as well over to plasma throwers. I probably don't need more money at the time being. I'm earning an absolute fortune, so yeah, I'll go for a weapons tech. Before I started recording this video, I was having a look around, seeing how things look. For example, our vassal down here has actually got half a decent fleet now, 2,500. We have no idea what the Pirac Star Dominion strength is, but it should be less than us based on the fact that we're above them in this list. We actually have a superior naval capacity, and I imagine their tech is better than ours. In fact, we can figure it out by going into the diplomacy screen, but yeah, I won't do that now. I've also had to look at the Rontor, and the Rontor are very, very interesting. This is an empire I'm planning to go to war with after the war against the Pirac within about 10 years. I have a non-aggression treaty, so I'd have to cancel that. They actually have battleships, and not only do they have battleships, but they also have some amazing weaponry. They have particle lances, which look amazing. So they're pretty powerful, even though that fleet arguably isn't too big. But I definitely would like some debris off them later on, destroy some of their fleets. Let's get going though, anyway.
Construction complete.
Okay, someone's died again. So scientist Riblog has died at the age of 72. So I'm gonna have to hire a new one, and I don't quite have enough. I should get enough in a couple of months though. Silver completed the surface queue, so I can't even remember what I was making here actually. Oh, I was upgrading some energy, I believe. Right, yeah, I probably don't need to do that yet. Right, let's wait on this. So 2 months and I can hire this guy. Continuing to build up my fleet. 8 months away from that tech, very important tech, and actually start to genetically modify my population with that. I've been having a look, see what species, what traits they have. So I wouldn't mind getting some of these, but I still haven't got
System survey complete.
Species that I can uplift, which is a real pain because they're much better than the standard races. Right, Darep was fully surveyed. I actually had it on to go over there, which this happens to be within our territory actually. Must have nicked it. I've pretty much figured out what I want to take off these guys, but I'll mention it later when we actually get into war against them. This is unemployed. Okay. Mining station here. I've been putting these robots on resources just in case it might help prevent the bug that I had with robots earlier on. Probably won't, but I'm going to stop doing that, see if it changes. Right, I've forgotten all about this. Let's hire scientists, recruits. Voidcraft, that isn't so good after all. Yeah, the Voidcraft one will give me increased chance of getting cruisers, which considering they have battleships, I definitely need to get rather soon. So let's stick that in the list. What is that? So the robots come in and yeah, looks like it's not bugged. Good. This is up to 5 population, so I need to make a capital here when I can in a minute. We've actually encountered a Prespace Civilization on Jukadur, so I'm not even sure where that is actually. I wasn't expecting to find a Prespace Civilization. So let's look for the science ships. Is it on here? No. So must be. Oh, it's that one, is it? Okay. So what are these guys? They are adaptive and are in that system. Right, so I'm gonna want to get an observation post down here then. So let's get that to here. Oh, they actually have an observation post here, even though it's within my territory now. And it doesn't look like we've taken over that. So I'm not sure if theirs is still working or not. Yeah, so I probably can't build one there until I've destroyed this, but it looks like okay, so we've got this habitability building finished. Let's move that to there. So we should now. I should go up in a minute.
System survey complete.
I've got a survey done there. Ooh, there's actually more of that resource, which I would definitely want to pick up. Let's do that one. So I might want to make an outpost here later, perhaps. Yeah, so that's gone up. That's gone up 10% actually. 5% for the planets and 5% for the Empire. And everywhere else should have gone up 5% as well. We'll go over 100% though. I've just got enough influence to replace the capital tiles, so let's demolish this here. And the only central one that isn't Nexus Science is actually one right bang in the center, so I'm gonna build Energy Administration building there. And I've got a couple of sciences that are just completed and a ton of minerals all of a sudden. So there's a few spaceports which could do with upgrading within my sector, so I might do that in a bit. Could build even more ships, of course. Plasteel armor just completed. So what I was hoping for has turned up, the cruiser, with the help of the Voidcraft scientists. I don't believe there's anything else I want here, so let's get that. We just got the genetic tech here. It's a xenomorph army private thing, but yeah, there's only one option here. Sadly, the cost has gone up a heck of a lot. It was like 90 away from Kennet at one stage. So I kind of regret not going for them, but it was always seemingly a tech that I should be going for. So yeah, let's pick that up, and then I'm going to be going to war probably. Definitely, basically. Right, so both of those are done. Now I can actually show you the gene tailoring screen in theory. So if we modify this here, you can see I can start to tailor my species in one way or another and pick up traits, but we only have one trait point. We can actually pick up another trait point via tech, but there's only one more point I believe that we can actually pick up. If you start with points left over, then you'll have points to spend here. Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't, for example, pick a ton of negative traits, which I could have done and then had a ton of extra points. That is a strategy that you could employ in theory, though. I think I may have mentioned what trait I would like to get in the future with the Miseleons, and that's probably going to be the intelligent traits, but I need an extra trait point to do that. What I might not have mentioned is something to do with planet preference. You can actually change this, what type of planet the Miseleons would preferably settle on. And I'm actually going to be doing this, and I'm not going to be doing it just once. In theory, I'm going to be doing it 7 times. So we're going to have 7 different Miseleon species, and each one is going to be able to colonize its preference on each one of these planet types. This will cost a lot of science, a lot of society science, so if I were to do this, and the cost goes up the more you do it with. So 720, so what's that? That's 180, is it? Yeah, I think so. So 180 per populace by the looks of it. Yeah, so this is going to be very expensive. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet, but I'm certainly thinking about doing it now. Actually doing gene tailoring now would be a pretty bad idea because it would slow this down, or completely delay it in fact. So after I've gotten this, that's when I'm going to think about doing it again. Right, I'm ready to get going again. Okay, this is new. A new species. Many of the Miseleon inhabitants on Stellaris Prime have turned to genetic modification to help them cope with the planet's hostile environment. The changes they have made to themselves are being passed on to their offspring, and their physical appearance is changing at an alarming rate. They have started referring to themselves as Neo-Miseleon. So it looks like there's an event to do this already. So that was on Stellaris. So let's check out my empire. So the Neo-Miseleon, they are continental preference, natural engineers, and resilience, which is pretty crap, I'd say, to be honest. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... Well, we're individualist, we can't purge species, but if I was able to, I might have done. So this is where the Neo-Miseleon happen to reside on Stellaris Prime within the center sector. I'm not going to be able to do anything about them. Hopefully they don't breed and migrate a lot, but they might, who knows. I've also just then added a ton of, or updated quite a few spaceports within my sectors that had either been made or needed extra modules, and apart from that, let's get going again.
Construction complete.
Okay, that ship in silver was done. I also actually upgraded my ships as well, so they've now got that armor on as well. Right, so let's group those up and then send them down to Lyderum, and let's make some more ships here. So let's have some corvettes. Okay, so I could upgrade them, but
System survey complete.
Okay, that survey's done. Sadly no science there. Let's get that down to there. And I can go to there. I think the mandate were literally one short, and I have, so there's 71 to do it, so about 4 years. Don't think it's gonna happen. I could maybe make an outpost here, for example. It might actually be worthwhile doing as well. Let's see. That would cost 42 influence, and I'd get 80 back. So yeah, it might be worthwhile doing, in fact. Might do it. So what about there? It's 39. Yeah, I think I will do that, but I'm going to wait a bit. Hopefully I can get it in another way. There are some anomalies here. If I got one of those, it could be science, but they're quite high level and I don't really have a scientist to do it. The capital tile I built on this planet has just completed, so I've added a few more buildings in the list. Apart from that, everything's looking pretty good. Research, well, 21 months away,
System
20 months
survey
away.
complete.
It's a survey done in Hunter system. Which one is that? It is one up here. A lot of, wow, heck of a lot of science here actually. Let's check out that system. That's maybe a place I could put a cheap outpost temporarily to complete the mandate. Maybe I should just... Well, I don't really want to place an outpost anywhere because I'm saving up influence for...
Construction complete.
Actually... integrating my vassal, the Chinor, at some point. Right, so there's more corvettes built there. Let's build a ton of destroyers. So we're up to nearly 9k. We've got 2.5k with the Chinor. Should be better than Pirak, but you never know. Wormhole Prime and Electric Secundus have finished whatever they were doing. I've added a few buildings in various places of Wormhole, for example. And I think it was Electra Secundus, wasn't it? So I'm getting a science lab up there, 2 adjacencies. I'm going to move the capital to there long term, so
System
I have 3
survey complete.
tiles which I'll have to use for food. Arguably, there's too many of these camps here. I think there's 7, isn't there? Probably would have like 4 or 5. I'm not sure how much the other option would have given me. But yeah, too late now anyway. Right, so Yin has been surveyed. Let's get this one down to here. Okay, I've updated various lists. I've just got Electra Secundus to do, and I can actually update the capital tile, so I'm going to be moving it to there, which I believe I mentioned before. Let's demolish this tile, and I'm going to want to put science there because there's 2 right next to it. See how much we're getting off these science tiles. It's a heck of a lot. And let's build this here. The governor has been placed there, so this is yet another 40 influence down, but it's going to be well worth it. Tac van I could be switching over, but ooh, what's going on there? We've just had our leader die, so the mandate was unfulfilled, sadly. So President's reign has come to an end with their election campaign promises unfulfilled. Right, so what are the options here? No doubt we've got 3 leaders again. I found out that this isn't actually due to starting the game with 1.2 and updating it later on. I think everyone's getting this bug, at least according to the forums. So I'm not sure when this is going to be fixed. Probably 1.3, I imagine, since the 1.22 hotfix didn't fix it. What's this? Separatist sympathizer release. Wow, that's a terrible mandate. Yeah, definitely don't want that. I think I am actually going to support one of the candidates. I'm going to have to wait for a couple of months, of course, and then I'm going to support this guy here. He has extra influence, and also one reason why I want to support someone is because I don't want this scientist becoming the leader, because he's, well, I don't have anyone to replace him with his trait, which is something to do with anomalies, no doubt. Yeah, so I'm going to wait a couple of months. I've also decided it's time to move my army as well. So I've taken them from Jan. I'm going to move them to the nearest place to the Pirak, which they would be most likely to attack, I imagine. And I'm also going to recruit some more soldiers here. My money's gone down a lot recently as well. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because the lead had a money bonus or something. Not sure, can't remember. Let's recruit here. because we picked up droids, I can actually recruit a robotic army. And since we don't seem to get any bonuses from, well, to our assault armies yet at least, I think these robotic armies would be a pretty good option. So they're a bit more expensive and they cost more in maintenance, but they get a huge health bonus. They're actually not too great on the damage front though, so a bit iffy arguably. Let's bring it up to 12 and get going again. So I might have to start upgrading my money in a bit, but yeah, we're okay for the time being. The mandate's not going to be very good with that guy, but doesn't matter all that much. Probably would have been able to do the orbital mining one, but the influence will work out pretty well anyway. Let's put that to there for the time being, and I can now do this, so I should get 13% I think on top, tiny bit more, so hopefully this will work out. I don't know, it doesn't actually tell you his age here, which is a bit bad.
System survey complete.
Okay, right, so we've done that, nothing there. Let's survey down there. So once this guy gets to level 5, he's going to be great. I can get rid of a few anomalies that I've been wanting to do for a while. Tankravan. Okay, that was cleared. A couple of things I could upgrade, but I won't. Not yet.
Situation log updated.
Okay, Aboglor is a new president, so was he the one I wanted? Yes, because the influence has gone up, which is great. So we'll get, as long as he lasts for 50 months, we'll get back the amount I supported him. He was on 26% before, so he's far from definite, but yeah, I think it's probably just about worthwhile.
Construction
Spending
complete.
that 50. Hull Prime finished surface Q.
Incoming transmission.
Okay, what's this? Trade deal offer. Chino again. No.
Research complete.
Research. Plasma throwers done. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'll be using these in the upcoming fight or not. We'll see though. So what options we got? There, nothing special. Power Hub 2, X-ray laser. I'm gonna go for... bit tempted by that, but yeah, my capitals aren't probably upgraded enough for it. So I'm gonna pick up more weapons, I think. Yeah, pick up the X-ray laser. I think the Ronto actually have that, so maybe I could have picked that up in a war against them. They're building some battleships now, so this is going up quite quickly, which is a bit of an issue.
Construction complete.
We've just actually gone ahead of the Mesh Ben now, who we actually rival and they don't rival us. So we're climbing all the time. Silver just finished the queue, so what have we got? We have 40 corvettes. Let's build some more destroyers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are 6 months away now from the regen.
System survey complete.
Rubis systems done. This is the G system.
Research complete.
Okay, research just completed. And that's the regenerative hull tissue. Wow, okay. Right, we are now on the verge of war. Basically, I've got to upgrade my fleets, and I think I'm ready then. Got to pick a tech now, though.